Hi, and welcome back to the Armchair Pundits Weekend Review Show. As usual, you've got myself, James, you've got Daryl, you've got Liam. How you guys doing?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, not too bad, bro. Not too bad. You?
Yeah,
I'm alright.
okay.
Obviously, it was an interesting weekend for our respective teams.
To say the least.
So because we were short on time this week, we'll start with the Man City Liverpool game as we were away, and I'll go. So I've never been happy or so happy about a draw, in all honesty, and I didn't think we played that well, but we didn't play badly. And when I compare it to how we played last season and got beat up 4-1, and we've actually played better than we played this weekend against Man City and lost games. So I thought I think I've said it on the show before, I think it's going to take a lot for a team to actually beat us this season. And I think it showed again that we had a resilience, and we had a composure at times as well within the game to withstand obstacles and issues. Because, I've never seen, I think that was probably the worst game I've ever seen Alisson have for Liverpool. And his shot stopping, the rest of his all-round game was really good still. But on the ball, he was so bad. And yes, the first goal, there were chances where it could have been prevented. But if he wasn't so hasty, he's done it before, so I'm not going to say don't do that ever again, because we've scored goals from those kickouts before. But it was a mistake. And it was an unforced error that Szoboszlai and Trent doubled down on, because they let Ake get in between them so easily. And then, I'm not sure many people saw it, but Van Dijk made a little error as well, because Van Dijk was trying to play him offside, Haaland offside, and if he had not, and just gone with the run, then he probably would have got closer and blocked the shot.
Would have been it. Yeah.
So he wouldn't have got off. So, because when I was watching the game, I was like, I didn't notice it even after the game properly. I noticed it a few hours afterwards. I was like, why was he so angry? Like, when we conceded the goal, he seemed like the most angry of everybody. And I think he knew, like, if I just ran with him, then he wouldn't have got his shot off. So I don't blame him massively. It was a goal with multiple errors. But
yeah, it was a frustrating moment, really. That's what it was. Yeah. The whole period of that goal was just frustrating. Even in it was a great finish for Haaland, but even Alisson saved it.
Alisson getting a hand to it.
Yeah.
So you felt like I think that Haaland shooting that early kind of caught him off guard, because normally he steadies himself a little bit more and then bangs it. But this time he took one touch out of his feet, bang, and he didn't even put as much power. He kind of scuffed it, but it was a good finish because it went in the corner. So
he knew he was up against. He knew he can't give Alisson the time, because if Alisson gets himself set, then it's a lot harder for him, isn't it? It's hard for most goalkeepers. But if Alisson being, in my opinion, the best shot stopper around, then you've got to just do everything early against him, and that's your way around it. But the resiliency that we have came through, because other seasons we may have let a second one and a third one go in, and then you say, okay, yeah,
you did that.
They
didn't you?
peppered you in that first half, mate. Peppered.
They did, but they couldn't get through though. There's good defense.
That's what I'm saying. It was from a pressure point of view, they peppered you, but it wasn't like there wasn't too many clear cut chances created in the game in general.
Why do you think that was the ethos for the first half for you, James? Because obviously Trent's come out and talked about it, the talk at half time, changing it in the second half and adapting. And
because we've got new players, we've got a new system. So it's how to adapt to what City are like. I'm just like Szoboszlai, McAllister, even Jones haven't really played together against City. It's new what they throw at you. So Jones has done it as a Liverpool player before, but those guys haven't done it in our system. So it's a bit like, okay, this is a bit different to what we're normally used to. And then the passings here, you're running, you're losing your head. But what maintained was, if we stay in our shape and get back into our shape quickly, which is what we didn't do last year because the guys didn't have the legs to do it, we get back into our shape quickly. Like, let's be honest, like a lot of the lower league teams do. You get back in shape quickly, then it's hard to break you down. But if you get back into shape quickly, and the level of players that we have, then it's even more hard to get. It's more hard. Very bad English. It's even harder to break down. And credit to them. Trent got a lot of backup. Like I said on the day, Szoboszlai, I didn't think he had his greatest game, but when I look back at it, he did a lot of work supporting Trent in that. And that tires you out. So I'm not surprised he didn't last 90 minutes. So it was a squad. It was a squad performance. I look at Núñez, chances after chances, not clear cut. But there was the one where he had that was similar to Haaland before Haaland had it, and he didn't get out of his feet. I personally think it was offside. I think it would have been offside anyway, but he didn't get out of his feet and get the shot off. He had a header, which was a good header.
Is it a confidence thing, James? Is it a confidence thing? Because it's like he's just shooting for the sake of shooting. Like some of the chances that he had, he's just shooting near post. He's hitting side net ends, he's hitting post, or like
Leon and I discussed it. Me and Leon discussed it. The thing he lacks is the composure element. And that's the composure. Leon said something else. He said more than composure.
I said decision making. His decision making.
Yeah, it's decision making.
It's kind of in the same realm. They're both in the same realm. Yeah.
He's still learning to make the right decisions. I mean, like his build up, his hold up play is better than it was last season. So you can see the progression. So it's not like he's hopeless. There's no hope for him.
He's getting in the positions. He's getting in the positions.
Yeah. And
just making the wrong decisions in those positions.
Yeah. As time gets on, he will get a calmer mind and calmer head. Bielsa, I think having Bielsa actually helped him. Because when unfortunately, he's not going in international duty until like March next year. So he's not going to have Bielsa coaching him along with Klopp in between that time. But he'll get better. He'll get the goals. But even though he's not getting goals, he's getting assists. So his goals and assist ratio, yes, we spent 77 million on a striker. But I'll cut it short here anyway. Happy with the performance. Man City will be disappointed because they will feel that they had plenty of half chances and almost half chances just to make it better. Shout out to Trent. Against Doku is hard. And to get the equalising goal as well, you have to argue who had the better of the two games in the end. He ended up with the better of the two games out of the two of them. I know he got man of the match as well, but I'm not sure if he was actually the man of the match, in my opinion. But
second half wise, he stepped up.
Yeah,
he improved his game second half, and like he got forward, he got the goal. It was a quality finish.
His passing, you can't argue with. He actually defended fairly well against Doku in the end.
He did.
And there's a couple of times where he needed backup, but most defenders are going to need backup against Doku because he's not only quick, he's strong and he's got good feet. He's like a refined version of San Maximan. Like he's just got he's got the technique. He makes good decisions, and you just feel like one-on-one, he's going to cause for anyone a problem, especially nowadays.
It's the awkward dribbling style as well.
Yeah, he's got close control, but then when he puts the afterburners on, mate, it's gone.
So the thing is, he can go inside, outside. That's the
he doesn't discriminate left. Or he plays left or right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so this is always going to be.
Also, shout out to Tsimikas. A lot of fans were worried. A lot of fans said play Gomez left back because
he had a good game.
He had a good game. He stepped up.
He did.
Last two games, he stepped up really. So, without any ado, we'll move on to what obviously was a disappointing game for you guys. Personally, first half, I was like, damn, Tottenham are doing really well. I actually thought you guys would get spanked because I thought, how many people you got out? Aston Villa have been on a tear. I thought, there's no way that they're going to be able to hold them. And when the game started, I was like, damn. Like, no matter what they've got, this Tottenham... Like, if Son knew what the offside rule was, you guys would have been 4-1.
Bro, you've taken it away from me, bruv. You've taken it away from me.
I'll stop talking.
Darryl called me before the game. He goes, Leon, have you seen the starting lineup? And I was like, no. Why? What's he done? He's put all fullbacks as the defensive back line. I was like, you what? He's got Davis. He's got Davis, Udogie, Emerson Royale, and Porro. I said, no way. And then he told me in the midfield, he's like Bentancur, Lo Celso and Kulu as a 10. I was like, no way. I said, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a real problem. When the game started, I was thinking, we played some of the best football I've seen Tottenham play in years. The football was fantastic. But again, the chances, man, not taking your chances. And you know, you can argue that there's games we played Man U, they have 3 guilty charges they didn't take. Played Arsenal, they should be 2-0 up before we came and equalised. So it's so important to get the second goal, because at 1-0, it's always all to play for. And in fact, after we scored our first goal, they immediately equalised. And if it wasn't for the minuscule of gap, well, there was no gap, but that offside for Watkins was so minimal, we got lucky. Because to concede immediately after scoring, that's only supposed to happen on FIFA. No, it's not supposed to happen in real life.
Yeah, but that happens when you ain't got no centre. That happens when you ain't got no centre backs, Leon.
Exactly. Like, when you don't have a centre back, neither of them are good in the air as well. Which
Villa did not expose us for that. They really did. I don't know if we shell shocked them the way we went at them.
I actually didn't think they expected us to be that good.
No, it's like you said. For me, that first half was probably the best football we played this season, and that's without some of our key players, as we know. I said to you before the game, obviously I went at the game, you were there, you got to go. Unfortunately, due to work, I couldn't go. But I said to you, it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be entertaining. And boy, I was watching it at work, and it was entertaining. It was end-to-end stuff. We dominated that first half. Like, it's so frustrating because we always seem to do the same thing. Always just before half-time or just before the end of the game, we're giving them chances, or we're giving free kicks away in stupid positions to give them the opportunity to get that chance. And we did it again. And it's like, why? Why always the same thing all the time? Like, because again, was blitzing them. Absolutely blitzing them. Like, we had chances galore. Udogie missed a chance. I don't know how Kulu missed his open goal effectively. Hit the post.
Bruv.
Son offside endless amount of times. I don't understand. Like, let me tell you now, like, I haven't said it this season, but I'll say it now. If we had Harry Kane in this team, could you imagine? Real talk. Like, if we had Harry Kane in this team, could you imagine? Because he'd even fit the style of play. He didn't fit the style of play because we saw it pre-season. But like, chances, like, I think Udogie put a cross in, or someone put a cross in. No, it was Brian Hill put a cross in again. Son up, missed the header. Like, Kane scores that. Like, the chances, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep missing chances, because evidently what happens in the end is that you can't continue that pace for 90 minutes, like, non-stop. And towards the 65th minute, we start to get tired, and you can see that. We're still in the game. We're still going to create chances and stuff, because, you know, Ange Ball and the tactics are still obviously going to give you those opportunities. But the more tired you get, the more chances they get, the more they get into the game, and then you then
tactical tweaks as well. Tactical tweaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when they brought in Tielemans, I was just about to say Tielemans changed the game for them, because when he came on, he always had space. He's always looking for gaps, and us losing Bentancur was, to me, that changed the game. Us losing Bentancur, before that, he was playing amazingly well. Him and Lo Celso, to be honest, Lo Celso and Brian Hill, like, right now, they're playing for their Tottenham career if they really want to stay, because, you know, a lot of people haven't been convinced about them from a consistency point of view. You can see Brian Hill's been working hard physically, because he doesn't seem to get body like he was at the beginning when he first joined. Yeah. So you can tell he's a lot stronger. But Lo Celso had a great game, and him coming off, it didn't really make sense, but I could see why he did it, because of legs. He hasn't played much, hasn't had much game time this season. But it's that Bentancur injury, man, that killed us. It was like that changed the game. Guy going down.
It's always something.
Big time.
Always something in a game which changes it for us. And as soon as a lot of people say Matty Cash knew what he was doing. It was a horrible tackle. But that changed the whole game for us at that point. What you practice, what you've been leading up to and building up to all week, you then switch out a player like Bentancur for, no offense, someone like Højbjerg. It changes the complete dynamics of how you're playing. So it's going to make a difference. But we're working with scraps. The bench, look at the bench that we had. When players do run out and they haven't got legs and it's the 65th minute, what do you think is going to happen? At half time, you got to give credit to Emery because he saw what was going on and he changed up his team directly at half time. And that's what
he made sure he took Matty Cash off because Matty Cash was, mate, he was
going to get himself a red card.
Yeah,
on the edge, mate, on the edge. Took him off, smart play.
But Andrew's going to realise that managers are going to do that. They're going to see because I can pretty much sure Emery saw the starting line at the same time as I did. I thought, okay, what is this all out attack? What's going to happen here? And then we blitzed them. And then obviously, as a good manager, you're going to look at what's going on. You got your analytical guys watching it for the whole of the first half. You're going to come in at half time and say, right, boys, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to change. This is what they're doing. And teams are going to do that. So Andrew's going to have to learn to adapt and develop that. But he's also going to need to have the players to change things up and give them the legs to go again. And at the moment, we just haven't got that. So, we should have been clear. We should have been 3-0, 4-0 in the first half. In the end, we went in 1-1. Watkins, great finish. First one touch shot. Great goal.
It was like Trent's, but just a little bit less tech.
Yeah, it was.
It was the same. It was a one-touch bang into the corner. Vicario didn't have a chance to get down there in time because he took it so early. And as soon as it left his foot, we knew he was in. The crowd, you saw it. It's kind of.
Yeah.
But it's just infuriating that first half, man. Hon Minzaghi, bruv. How are you getting offside so much? Ridiculous. Bro, seriously, man. I can't believe how much Son has gone offside in I mean, he's fallen off the last few games. Admittedly, he probably ran himself into the ground because he's having to play high press as a number 9.
And international as well, the international duties and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he hasn't got,
I can understand.
He hasn't been fed by Madison either. Madison's not feeding him.
That's the other thing. Yeah. So it's problems, man. Like Andrew said about January, but boy, that January can't come soon enough.
We
brought in like 3 guys to handle the footballing side of things now. So hopefully Daniel's actually giving them the jurisdiction to bring man in because we're gonna need it.
I want to see the outcome from that because January can't come quick enough because there's a hell of a lot of games between now and then. And I know we're going to get a few players back through suspension, but again, the injuries are racking up. Andrew said it, like we've got 9 first-team players effectively out. People that could be in that first-team squad. 9
make a difference, man.
That's a massive amount. He said, do the maths. We've only got a 25-man squad. Do the maths. So they're gonna have to address something in January. But again, we still got bodies that we need to get rid of. So we'll see what happens. But City up next. Who knows? Could be 4 in a row. Who knows? It's mad.
Okay, cool.
Mate, that's what happens when you get 3 manager of the months in a row, bro. When you're Spurs manager, that's crazy. He broke the record and now he's about to break another record. Well, he's already broken one. First manager to lose 3 on a bounce after manager of the month or something like that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Having this start to the league, or I don't even know, but it's peak. It's peak right now. Luckily, we're only 4 points behind still. So
yeah, we'll move on to the beneficiaries of the weekend, which is Arsenal, because they got the exact result they wanted with the draw at Etihad. And man, got to give them credit because of all people to get the winning goal, no one was expected to be Havertz, and they knocked the door. They batted the door down. Brentford could have been.
Yeah, Brentford should have been up. Could have, should have. They let Ramsdale. They let Ramsdale have life. And
yes, they did.
A guy like him, he gains from those. And then he ended up turning around and having a good game in the end. So, wow.
Just a quick one. Was Raya just dropped, or was he injured?
He's on loan. He's on loan.
Oh yeah, so he can't play against Brentford.
Yeah,
of course.
Although for some reason they announced before the game that they're triggering the clause to buy him. Like it's almost like why would you announce it the day before they play Brentford? It's almost like you're telling.
I thought it might have been mind games, but it's only mind games for your own goalkeepers. It's only mind games for your own goalkeepers.
Yeah, mind games.
What I thought was they were trying to fast one and maybe he'll be eligible because they've triggered it and he can play.
Because you can't break
it has to be in the window
until
exactly. To the window.
So it wouldn't have mattered.
But resilience for them.
Yeah,
you said,
Brentford, man. Brentford at home are problems.
Brentford at home are problems. Sure. It's unfortunate for them because you would have said a draw probably could have been a fair result in the end.
No, I definitely think it was a fair result. A draw would have been.
But Arsenal have done this season. They've shown, like you said, the resilience, and they've got the results and got the 3 points where they've needed to, last minute or what. And like you said, Havertz weren't going to expect it to be that guy, but popped up, he did his thing. So
it's almost like right now, Arsenal are they're trying to pace themselves almost, so they don't have the finish that they had last season. They've really not come out the blocks, but they've got wins where they need wins, and obviously you need wins in every game. But where you don't necessarily, in fact, they might be having a tough one. They've managed to pull out the 3 points, so you've got to give them credit, man. They're top. And it's been a great start from a competitive perspective, because what you don't want is someone running away with it, and they kind of did last year, even though City managed to reel them in. But the fact that it's so tight with the top almost 5 or 6 teams all being in contention, people are dissing Man United, they're now flipping 6 points off top. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, no,
it's mad. So it just shows you, man, this season it's going to be tight, and hopefully it remains that way until the end of the season. I think it would be great for the Premier League and for all of the neutrals out there to see a tight title run in.
Well, in that case, we'll move on to the next game, which will be Newcastle Chelsea.
Yeah,
which was
probably the game of the weekend.
It was a good game.
Yeah, probably the game of the weekend.
It was a good game, man.
Wasn't a 4-1 either, was it? Really, could have been a
no,
it wasn't.
Could have been a 4-4. Could have been. It was just weird. It was weird. I mean, Reece James, man, what are you doing, mate?
Captain as well.
The first one was
as a captain as well,
man. Stupid. Why? I still don't get why people kick the ball away. What does that actually do for you to kick a ball away?
It's frustration.
It may annoy somebody.
I have a theory. I think it's personal game management. He's managing his minutes. That's what I reckon he's doing.
Because Poch will do that for him, man. Malo Gusto's ready, bro.
That was just stupidity, boy. I don't know what that was all about. But it did cost Chelsea in the end, realistically. Because after that, Newcastle ran away with it. Anthony Gordon had an amazing match.
It freed him up. Reece James wasn't on the pitch, and Anthony Gordon just literally turned into flipping. I don't even know. He just upped his game, man. He played really, really well. Caused problems. He's a nuisance anyway. He's that type of player. He's a nuisance. He's kind of like that Vardy type of player. You just know he's gonna hang around and be annoying, and he's starting to create chances and get goals for them. So he's doing what they want him to do. Big price tag.
Is it a case of Chelsea
to be a good signing?
Everything that Chelsea do, they seem to shoot themselves in the foot 24/7. Like, you're looking at Thiago Silva. Like, when have we ever seen Thiago Silva make a mistake like that at such a critical point of the game as well? And just let Joe Linton through and bang, goal. Like,
we were literally just saying, James, as well, about him being world class still or not, and whatnot, and. Boom.
I was watching a podcast, and in the podcast they were saying they had him down as one of the world class players still at Chelsea. And I was like, he's not world class anymore at 38. He's not.
No.
Unfortunately, he's not, man. And you can see he saw. I'm not sure who it was, but he saw the player there, and it changed his mind at the last second. And then that was it.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, I'm not going to pass it.
That's the thing that you don't have time to do when you're 38 is change your mind.
Yeah.
You don't have time to react.
You got to recover. You can change your mind recovery. It's not as quick anymore. So, yeah. But fair play to Newcastle. They're showing their credentials. Obviously, Champions League going to be back now. So, let's see how they deal with that process of...
That youngster was...
Right, bruv, that pass...
Is it Miley? His name?
Yeah, Miley. Bruv. When I watched that, I was like, that's not a 17-year-old, bruv. Like,
quality.
I didn't even see the pass. As in, when I was watching the game, I didn't even see the pass.
It didn't look like there was a gap. But when you see it from the other angle, you see there's a gap.
You see it.
For him to pick that pass,
at 17.
Even to the point you think, even when the pass, you're like, that's offside. Because, like, I didn't even...
Bro, if you look at it, Isaac almost messed it up because I think he didn't expect it himself. The first touch was so bad. The first touch was so bad that he was like, oh, shoot, I've got the ball. Yeah. And then there's a great finish in the end. Man. Fair play to Newcastle, man. After that poor performance against Bournemouth, great recovery result for them. And I'm glad that Chelsea got put back in their place a little bit because I think people were starting to think they were about to have a little renaissance period after the Tottenham game and the Man City game.
Yeah.
So they need to stay down there as long as possible.
They got humbled back four past them. So, yeah. They, like I said, they've got put back in their place. Will it change? Will it come for them? I don't know.
They're going to make signings, and they got Nkuku, and
it's going to be
Broja coming back to fitness as well. So if they get goals, man, it's going to be a problem.
And Nkuku can get goals.
Chances galore.
And Nkuku can get goals.
Yeah, he will.
So.
And there's talk of them either going for Osimhen or Boniface. So one of the two Nigerians. So I can't see Boniface being allowed to leave.
No, I hope not.
And I can't see Osimhen being allowed to leave in Napoli. But I know there's a lot of problems there.
Yeah, because they've got some play.
It might be a case where
with him,
so
self-inflicted problems.
And if
it might be a case
if anyone's got the money to pull out something like that, it'll be Chelsea, innit?
Exactly. If I was Chelsea, 150. Just give him 150 and be done. Because they can afford it.
Well, they've got to structure that deal. Give
him a 15-year contract, and he's fine, bro.
And including retirement, yeah? Including retirement. That's basically what you're saying, bro.
And
15 years,
home, bro. Good retirement home for him as well.
That is mad. No, I wouldn't even surprise me.
Yeah.
Would it even surprise me?
No, they obviously they can't do it anymore anyway. They've closed that loophole. But actually, have they? Because having said that, Bowen's signed like an 8-year contract or something crazy like that. So maybe they haven't closed the loophole.
I don't see how they can close that loophole. It's down to the players whether they want to sign those contracts or not.
Exactly, because that's mad.
Years, they can't stop the years, but they can't stop the years. But it's the payment structure. They can't. I think they can no longer spread the payment over 8 years.
Okay.
They have to spread the money in a smaller chunk. So
in a smaller window. Yeah.
So I think that's what they've changed. But yeah, I honestly think if Chelsea gets a striker, because they're 10th now, and they're not too far away. Depending on fixtures, I haven't checked the fixtures, but if they can
Europe's possible
get
for them.
somewhere,
Champions League might be a stretch, but Europe will definitely be possible easily.
Yeah, they can finish 7th. I think. But last game that we'll discuss will be Everton Man United. I wasn't going to discuss it, but since you've had the potential Puskas contender from Garnacho. One thing I will say is, I don't know what you feel about this, but who is it? De Jong said it. It was on a live broadcast. He said,
"Which De Jong?
Great
Nigel?
Goal. Nigel, yeah. He said, great goal, but you scored the best goal in your life, and then you go and do a Ronaldo celebration."
Yeah. Do you know what? Funny. I thought the exact same thing.
I thought that too.
I thought the exact same thing at the time. I was like,
be yourself.
I was like, yeah, what? Okay. Like, it came to the point where I thought, is he sending a message to Ronaldo? Because I was, why did he do Ronaldo celebration? I was confused. But hey, look.
A lot of people do it. I don't get twisted. James, a lot of people do it. But in that moment,
I coach kids.
I think it's just the level of goal in it.
Nearly every single one of my youths that I coach at some point does a Ronaldo celebration. Like, it's mad. Apart from shout out to Josh, who this week scored a goal, did his cartwheel, and then shushed the away fans, which is completely disrespectful. At 9 years old, so I had to tell him off. Actually, I had to sub him off because we don't do that stuff. But anyway, sorry.
He saw Trent in it.
I don't know what he saw, but he did a cartwheel. I thought he was going to do I thought he was going to do Robbie Keane, but then he did the cartwheel and then he shushed people. It was mad. But anyway, But yeah, I don't know. It was a great goal. Do you think better than Bell's in Champions League final for you personally?
No,
I don't think so. The only reason is the adjustment that Bell has to make for that goal. But I think it's better than Rooney's one against
outside the box.
City.
Bell's outside the box, if I'm not mistaken.
Champions League final, man.
He's literally on the edge of the box.
Moments.
Yeah,
Champions League final, man. The occasion makes a difference. It's like that Zidane volley, bruv.
Yeah,
it's like moments.
Exactly.
But nah,
it's better than Rooney's.
Rooney shinned it.
It's better than Rooney's.
We all know Rooney shinned it.
Oh my goodness, that Garnacho had.
Yeah, the angle.
Everyone keeps forgetting about Benteke's when he gets Man United, though.
That's true.
Benteke had one for against Man United.
There's been a few, man. There's been a few in the past.
Someone. Benteke's name was never mentioned there.
Let me tell you now.
Yeah, I know. It's because of where it was at the time. He wasn't having a good time.
I'm gonna shut it down now completely. Trevor Sinclair, bro. No one beats Trevor Sinclair.
Yes.
Full stop.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Like, and that in those
it was
days,
just funny.
That was outside the box.
And in those days, bro, come on, man. Like, mad.
Heavy balls.
That is the best.
Heavy balls.
But the game itself, Everton. Yeah, big pause. Everton, they're unlucky, to be fair, because they battered the door down, and that wasn't a 3-0. I mean, the Garnacho goal, they should have equalised a numerous amount of times. The penalty was just dumb. I mean, Ashley Young has these brain freezes very often. He did it against us, where he got himself sent off. And he did it against them. And I was like, what can you do? So, unlucky Everton. They obviously do their 10. They get their minus 10 points deduction.
Yeah,
but Man United.
The protest wasn't publicised on broadcast television though, but that was interesting.
Yeah, that's true. That's because most people agree with them.
I think they'll get that reduced at some point. I just don't know by how many points. Maybe to 6 points probably.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, cool. That's a wrap for this week.
Yeah, and we didn't even talk about.
You guys
we didn't even talk about VAR and all the madness because VAR again. I think we'll have to do a separate show about VAR in general, boy.
Fulham and Wolves.
Exactly, we can do separate shows.
Well, we've done one before. We might need to do it again.
This VAR nonsense. Because James, the first 8 minutes of our game, no VAR.
I know. I messaged you. You didn't even know. I messaged you and said, bruv.
Because I'm in the stadium.
I didn't know you were at the game. I didn't know you were at the game at the time. I was like, there's no VAR. And it's a potential red card.
Yep, elbow.
With the elbow to the head. Potential. So
they're gradually just trying to undo the damage that was done for that Liverpool game, innit? That's all it is.
Yeah,
they're just trying to get us back calmer and that.
Everybody hates today. Tottenham, bro.
They're expecting, let's say in 10 years, it's going to take for it to actually be fully adjusted. So we've got a lot of pain.
10 years?
We've got a lot of pain.
10 years? That's mad.
That's another topic.
Okay.
So we've got Fulham, I believe. So hopefully, we're at Anfield, so hopefully we should win that. You guys are playing after us.
Yep.
Live.
Yeah, we've got City, innit?
Mm-hmm. We're not live, yeah. You got City away. So, I would ask predictions, but I probably know what your answer is going to be. So, have a good week, guys.
Man still said have a good week, yeah? Thanks. All right, cheers.
Safe.
Yeah, that's the weekend, isn't it? You have a weekend. All right, peace out,
man.
Catch you later.